hero of my cake. Independent leader made a way. I'm the people's voice, hip hip parade. Stuck to my pace, the turtle win the race. There's trophies on trophies, views from the townscape. Change is great, break, then I had to skate. God told me time to go elevate. Chosen child, I'm the champ now, not a featherweight. Man, I'm so blessed, I just meditate. Peace of mind, that's what you get when you out the way.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to The Spot. My name is Tiffany.
I'm Ron.
And we have two very special guest hosts with us. They are...
I'm Muchella from Muchella's Reviews.
And I'm Nita the Diva.
We're so glad to have them both here. You guys have seen them on our channel before, and we're happy to have them back. As you all know, we are rotating guest hosts since Tiara's out on maternity leave. And if you guys want to join us for a recap, including you, talent, you're welcome to join us too. Just let us know in the comments. And we are here to recap BMF episode 302, Magic Makers. And before we get into our recap, please like and subscribe. Please push us out far and wide. Tell a friend, tell a friend. So starting out with the very beginning, the opening scene is young Meech and young Terry, and they're doing their magic show. And basically the moral of that story about the magic show was about smoke and mirrors, which we know in this show is a lot of smoke and mirrors. But something that we had talked about offline, and I know we're going to get into this more, because in the very beginning, a situation with Markeisha, and I want to give Ron the floor first because Ron had all the smoke for Markeisha last week. I did too, but Ron really had all the smoke for her. So I'm gonna give the floor to Ron.
Well, last week I had smoke. Today I got fire. Okay, this woman. Okay, Terry goes into his house, right? Markeisha is talking about they can't live together, and Terry leaves his own crib. There's a problem with that scene, y'all. Because if it was me, sweetheart, get your toothbrush, get your hair rollers, and get up on out. Deuces, we'll see you. And don't call me, because I won't call you.
Exactly.
Yeah, and you know how I felt about it last week. I told you that I felt like Markeisha was a flip-flopper, that she was the type that was always like, you know, playing games like a yo-yo with T. Because even last season, like she's hot and heavy, and then she's back on with Boom, and then now she's hot and heavy. The man bought her a house, and then she telling him she can't live with him, but she still want to be with him. And what did T do? T turned right around and ran back to LaWanda, which that's something I had said last week too, that LaWanda ain't seen the last of him, which I'm sorry that she took him back. But anyway, let's go to our guest Nita and then Moochie to hear their thoughts about Markeisha.
Yes, definitely Markeisha can get the hands because she was out of line because first of all, I'm gonna go ahead, I'm gonna give her some, but I'm gonna give T most of it because the way he is going about this whole thing about how he is actually treating this new woman, not his family, but this new woman, and she just keeps on yo-yoing with him. And you know, but that's one thing men tend to do when they feel like they got you. You don't get the best treatment when they're proving themselves. That's when you get the best treatment. And that's just what we see here. So it's a mess. It's a mess. And then
say about the chase, huh? The chase.
Yes. Mm-hmm. And LaWanda, she's this young and dumb.
Present company.
It's a rite of passage. We all been through it.
Present company excluded, but hey.
Mooch, what do you think?
That thing got me like kind of pissed off at her because you wait till this man move his last box into the house. Then you had this fake tissue like you was going to sign it. And I was like, you see this boy? Now, when she did the tissue, she was putting on the waterwork. She was doing the ad. Doing too much. I got so pissed off with her with this because I'm like, doing the whole yo-yo thing with Terry. And he getting reeled in every time. And now here you come going back to LaWanda. You done disrespected this girl, had this woman at your mother's house, and then here it is. Oh, I think that we shouldn't be together because she just got on my dog.
Yeah, yeah. When I was watching it, I looked at the screen. I was like, "This Fuzzy." I was like, "Listen, I agree with Nita. She gets the hands. T definitely gets the hands too because he is treating Markeisha better than he is his own family, LaWanda, and his children and the one on the way. And we talked about the fact that T and Meech and all of them are young and teenagers, so some of it is immaturity.
Yeah.
But another thing about LaWanda, she loves T. She's trying to keep her family together. But on the other hand, you got to teach people how to treat you. You have to teach them how to treat you and stuff. So if she keeps allowing him to run back and forth, then he's going to continue to do that with her.
And let me say something real quick too. I'm all for May-December relationships, one being older than the other. I got no problems with that. But the younger person has to realize if you are with an older person, male or female, you got to grow up quick because you have to move forward. You can't expect somebody to move back. So as an older male, and as you were saying, Tiff, they're young, but if you're going to deal with an older woman, then you're going to have to become that older guy. And what I mean by that is when you see them flip-flopping like that, hey, take a hike. And if it's meant to be, if it's meant to be, we'll see each other again. But for right now, you got to roll.
Definitely.
I just understand this heavy because she to me, she gave me gold digger vibes. Did y'all get?
Oh yeah,
yeah, definitely.
Oh yeah. That's the only reason why she with him. He
was up and coming, everything and digging. That's just me.
Yeah, I thought the same. I thought the same. She said, I love you and I want this, that, and the other. But you back and forth and playing with him. She got him open, and that's the advantage being an older woman. She know how to work them wiles.
Mm-hmm. She done did the hula hoop thing and everything. And
yeah. On that young Thundercat. Yeah, she did. She did. Look, I see you, Ron. Well, anyway, after the ordeal with Markeisha, T was over there fronting with Hoop, telling him how he getting a bachelor pad and stuff. I mean, and he making it seem like it's his idea when he basically has to get one because he got the boot from Markeisha. But while he's there, he finds out that Sino, the plug, has got arrested. He's in a bang. He was on his way to St. Martin, and he was deported to Detroit. So you know what that means? That's the plug. Now he needs a new plug, and that's an issue. And so, of course, he and Meech gotta, they gotta figure something out. Right. They need to figure something out. They're gonna do. So, what did y'all think about that?
Well, what I like.
Game. I'm sorry.
Oh no, I'm sorry. Go ahead, Anita.
No, I was saying it feels like that's the game. It's like it feels like they're forever looking for a plug, the next plug. So yeah.
Now, what I'm gonna tell you, the best line of the show so far for me was when Meech told T, "Stop painting your toenails and get busy." I was like,
I like that too. He was like, "Look, send me the rest of the work. Send me the luggage." Because like you ain't gonna get busy down there. I'm gonna handle that. And that's the thing about Meech. He ain't scared to take chances.
Exactly.
And he gonna put in the work and stuff. So he was like, sit it down here. I'm just getting started. I'm gonna make it do what it do. So he did that, and Dice got smoked. So they kind of in the same boat for sure because Sino got pinched, but on the other end, we saw from the first episode that Dice got smoked, and he was like the connect for a lot of things. Mm-hmm. And so we saw, Meech talking to Stax saying, we need somebody, we need to figure something out since Dice, got handled and everything. And Stax said that he knows some people, but we talked about this last week. We don't trust Stax. I don't know, Nita and Mooch, how y'all feel about Stax right now, but
no real thoughts on them yet.
no real thoughts.
Oh, I got some thoughts on Stax. I mean, that boy it's like he's got this flashing red light on his back. I wouldn't trust him no farther than I could throw him. And of course, right now, Meech doesn't know really what Stax is about, although, they've had some discussions, but he really has to understand who he's dealing with. Because, you come to a new territory and you trying to break into that territory, you're going to meet some opposition. So you can't trust Stax. I wouldn't trust him no farther than I could throw him.
Oh yeah.
Been saying it since the first episode. I don't trust Stax.
Yeah.
I don't trust Stax. He be giving these weird looks like he doing some like finagling in the background and all of that. Him, I don't trust.
I don't trust him either. He does. He gives side eyes.
Trust him either, because that's why he said that he trying to see if he gonna carry back news, if he gonna use that price and try to cut him. I won't even say cut him. Either tell the other people that he's selling stuff to and take a cut out of that, and don't tell Meech about it. So try basically charging whatever the keys is at a higher price, and he gonna take some of the keys off the top. You get what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So I don't trust him. That's where I'm thinking with him. He now being that Meech is kind of down because there's no connect right now. I don't trust him. That's my opinion.
I don't trust him either. And that's something that we discussed last week. We had Lamont on last week too, and Lamont said it, and I think Ron said it too, that we're not seeing it for Stax.
No, we don't feel Stax.
We think Stax is suspect. And especially I was feeling like that he was also feeling away because Ty got killed too and everything. And he's side-eyeing Meech because he probably blames Meech. And then plus, Meech is new to the area and stuff. And, a lot of times people are, they're like that when you come into their city. Like, I don't know you, whatever and stuff. So I do feel like there's some underlying stuff going on with Stax.
I can understand why Stax might not trust Meech, off the cuff like that, off the set. But Meech really, if you listen to him, he's really straightforward. And all he wants to do is he wants to handle the business. He wants to do some business with you. So, but Stax, he's got this, it's just this whole persona. It's not right. He is extremely underhanded. And like you said, if you look at his demeanor, if you look at his eyes, you just can't trust him.
Shifty.
Very shifty.
Well, the next scene we saw, Detective Bryant is visiting his ex-wife, played by Cynthia Bailey. I don't know if anybody's Real Housewives, Atlanta fans. And the supermodel Cynthia Bailey, the great Cynthia Bailey. So it was nice to see her in this role. And basically, he's trying to get some money because he needs to get some good lawyers to get Kevin out the bed. And we find out during their conversation that she basically signed her rights over to him. Like, why she did that? That's a curious thing for me. It looks like she's a nurse or whatever. I'm like, and he said, you signed your rights over because you didn't have time for him. So I was just like, what's this about? We need to unpack that.
I don't even know if you can unpack that. I mean, I was like, what's all this blame game for? You're going to sign the rights over because you don't have time for your own son. And now you want to blame Detective Bryant because of the mess he's in. Most women, particularly back in that time, would have kept their son. They wouldn't sign their son over. I could see if she didn't have a job, if she was out in the street, that'd be one thing. But like you said, she's either a nurse or an orderly. She's something. She got a job. So, but this blame game business, man, it's really both of them. Detective Bryant don't get no cut card from me. He's just as bad, but, pointing the finger at this point in time isn't doing anybody any good because that boy is up in juvie and he's about to get bounced outside of juvie, more than likely, and that ain't gonna look. That's not gonna have. That's not a good look for that dude because he's not built for that.
No, not at all.
I just feel like they failed this kid.
Yeah,
they failed. Both parents failed him.
Mm-hmm.
I don't understand how you got a cop and a worker that's used to seeing stuff coming in that hospital.
Yeah.
Where she's seeing the violence and all of this, where you're not even trying to give your son some knowledge to have some sort of street smarts. I'm having a real problem with this. I'm having a real problem with Detective Bryant not having no money, and he was a dirty cop. Where did all your money go? Where did all your money go?
Exactly. All that scheming and
just do money is the problem. Get it out of my face.
And no money.
They both suck as parents. I'm sorry. That's my opinion.
Don't be sorry. You're absolutely right.
It is what it is.
Yeah, because Kevin is in this predicament because of him. The decisions that he made. And now he got bounced off the force. And now they're offering security guard jobs to him for like $9-10 an hour. You know, so now you know what that means. He's desperate. He needs cash fast. And now we see the introduction of Blaze, played by Christopher Duncan, aka Braxton, on the Jamie Foxx show. We had a chance to talk to him in one of our interviews. You guys gotta look at the playlist and check it out. But yeah, he went to him, and he seems to be some type of
he's still in the game. But he's still in the game.
He's still in the game. Yeah. But he has he's something in the business world too. Yeah. He has a front, like a legit business front, but he is in the game. And we see that his daughter is played by Ren King, who's really cool, and is going to be the big bad for this season. Ryan is desperate.
That's his daughter?
Yeah, Frank Blaze.
It is. Yeah, that is his daughter. That is his daughter. But before his name is Blaze. That is his daughter. But but before I got to that point, Bryant went to see him, and because he was desperate, and said, like, I need some work, need some money, I need to get my my kid out and stuff. So Blaze, trying to help a friend, he asked,
Henrietta.
The introduction to Henry.
I got question as to, like if I were T, I get it. He's back. He's got his back is to the wall. Right now, he can't help but agree to whatever she says, because they need to wait, and she's got it, and he has to do something. But man, I'm telling you, I would be really leery to be dealing with a woman like that, or because as you saw, when she whipped out that cane, she was going to put a smiley face in my boy's neck, and she had no trouble doing it. And T witnessed that. I mean, I might have had second thoughts and said, hey, let's go find somebody else, because I ain't with her. I'm not.
But he's trying to prove himself. He's still trying to run the operation his way. He's in Detroit. Meech is in Atlanta, and he's trying to, So at that point, he didn't have any other options. I mean, what are your thoughts, Nita and Moochie?
I feel like he had options. To me, he wanted to be so gung-ho on getting this connect before Meech to prove that he could do his thing, where he's not weighing all the options. He could have told her, you know what, let me talk to my people and get back to you. No, Terry want to act like he in charge of everything. And this is when he be making the dumb decisions. Now, he was supposed to check on his end, and Meech was checking on his end. But he trying to seal this deal real fast, rushing to beat Meech. This is when you could tell how immature he is. I gotta keep reminding myself that Meech is not as old, is a little bit younger than Terry. And he kind of just got out of high school. So he's in his young 20s. So he's kind of like not as sharp as Meech in the game, because he came into the game a little late.
Yeah, Meech is the older brother.
Mm-hmm.
And your thoughts, Nita?
Oh yeah. the thing is about a woman in the game. She got to kind of prove herself like that to let them know that you can't mess with me like that. So I thought I was fine with it. I don't think he has any reservations about dealing with her, but I still feel like she kind of have to roll like that a little bit so she can just, let the players know that, we're not playing these type of games over here. So I thought it was cool. I thought it was a cool introduction.
Yeah.
And
go ahead.
Go ahead, Ron.
Well, no, I started to say, I guess one of the reservations I have about her is when we see her meet with her dad, Blaze. And even Blaze, when we had that interview, said that the biggest challenge he has is his daughter because of the fact that, she's a handful. And so when he, just up and put Brian into her group, and what did she say? I handle that. I call the shots as to who's going to be in my group, my organization, and she wasn't feeling it. So obviously she's a problem to her dad, which also, just like Mooch was saying, she's going to be a problem because that's just the way she's built. She's built that way, and T needs to understand that off the bat instead of just like you saying trying to win the race. This ain't no race, brother. Y'all have a business, and you got one. Part of it's in Detroit, the other one's in the ATL. So you got to work together, and getting her in that mix, just to me, is not a good mix at all.
Yeah, we see how she rolls. She's about her word too, because you see she scooped up Peaches just as she said she would, and stuff. And yeah. And then the situation with Blaze, one of the things, going back to Nita's point about Henry wanting to prove herself, because this is a male-dominated field, we know that, but she's also trying to prove herself to her father, and that's something that she also talked about when we interviewed her too, because that's trying to get out of dad's thumb and try to expand. And we saw in that conversation with her. He was the one when Bryant came to him looking for work, so that he can help Kevin out. He insisted to her that she take Bryant on, and she was like, "Well, I'm expanding, and since when do you tell me who works in my crew?" And he told her, like, "This is about my brand,
right?
This is you're gonna mess up my brand." So he told her that she was taking on another worker.
Mm-hmm.
I want to know what type of interference he's going to run. What type of interference is going to happen now that Bryant is in the mix? Now he's getting back dirty again. Is he going to start, usually when you get a dirty cop like this, is he going to be shaking down Terry and his crew now? You understand? So now you got that going on. Especially now, I'm going to leave it right here. I'm going to put a pin in it, and when we get to that, I'll go there.
No, I agree with you. The fact is, Terry and Meech will always have a target on their back, and now that his son is in the bang, even more so. So trust me, he's gonna be even that much gung ho about being on their butts and trying to take them down, because he feels it's a huge travesty and an injustice that his son, his innocent son, is in the bang while Meech and Terry are out living their best life and still doing their thing in the game.
But you got to remember about a desperate man. A desperate man is, like they said, he's dangerous, but he's also makes a lot of mistakes. And sometimes your mistakes, you don't have many choices, when you're in the game. So Bryant, unfortunately, 6 in one hand, half a dozen in the other. And he has, you talk about targets, he didn't place himself in a situation where it can turn out to not work as well as he thinks. He's in a desperate situation, really.
Yeah, he is, and he put himself in a position he's no longer in law enforcement, so there can be a target on his back as well. So he's so busy being gung-ho about Meech and Terry.
Mm-hmm.
He's suspended now basically because of the whole incident with the gun,
Mhm.
with the pow. Excuse me, I'm sorry.
Mhm.
He's suspended because of that, but he's not even taking accountability for what he did. This is Nita's favorite word. She knows that, right, Nita? He's not
Right.
taking accountability for him bringing the hammer home, putting it in the safe,
Right.
and then he trying to hold it over B. Mickey head. That's why he's trying to keep it so long. Then he's just not even taking accountability for himself. He busy burning Polaroids with freaking Terry's picture and all of that. He's a clown right now. He's gonna mess up big time, I think, and they're gonna end up getting kicked back anyway.
Yep.
That's
Yeah, I agree. What are your thoughts, Nita?
Yeah, I think he is definitely going down the wrong road. Like they said, wrong road. But it's like he has this wild hair up his butt for Terry and Meech. And it's going to be a whole lot of misdirected anger because of what's going on with his son. It's going to be even worse. It's just going to be. It's not going to be good. It's not going to be good. And I can foresee Jen having to risk her career trying to help him out, trying to get him out of these situations, because I foresee a lot of situations coming down the pipe.
Well, she's already, had to take a step down because of him. And so,
it was a foreshadowing moment.
Yeah, and so, but there's some feelings there because we saw in season 2 they were getting busy. So we all know that sometimes that overrules.
Yeah, back. I was like, oh boy.
Yeah, keep in mind, she got the 2 bricks, y'all.
That's what I was going to say. She got the 2 bricks.
Yeah,
she got the 2 bricks.
Yeah, I'm telling you.
Hiding stuff from the new partner as well when she took the bricks
and Kobe and Detective Kobe ain't no fool. So
then Kobe, I call him.
Yeah, Kobe's not a fool, and not only that, she's seeing that there's more to Kobe than meets the eye. Because when they went to eat for lunch, she and Pops was trying to speak in Mandarin, and Kobe chimed right on in with the Mandarin. Like I said, okay, so I think they're gonna end up, getting a little closer and getting on the same page, Jen and Kobe, because she's gonna see that she can be an asset, and they want the same things as far as trying to get the so-called bad guys.
And not only that, she also realizes, or Jen realizes, that Kobe, because Kobe kind of laid it out for, even though she comes from that upper class background, she did everything the opposite. She got into drugs. She's not as green or naive as Jen might think.
And a similar background.
Look, the question is, can Kobe be trusted in a room with the drugs? I'm just saying, she was dabbling. Is she gonna be walking on the wild side? Is she gonna be messing with the cocoa?
That stuff always calls you home. When it calls you home.
I'm just saying. Look, she already was talking about. Yeah, I used to talk to people like that. When she saw STARZ man. Yeah, I used to, I used to mess with somebody like that. So she used to buy from somebody like that. So I already predicted this. We're gonna see her dressed down. We're gonna see her go undercover, because remember, Meech and Terry ain't really see her yet.
Right.
No.
Terry ain't see her. Terry Crew ain't really see her. STARZ people ain't see her. The PA boys, they on them. So I want to see how this turns out.
And I want to see who her people are, because she also said that she was adopted. And that's something we talked about last week as well. So who are her people? Are we going to see them? And who are real connections? Like, for all we know, she could be related to some of these folks. Who knows?
Well, what if Meech get an inside person like that? If he got that, if Terry's smart enough, because I could see Meech sealing the deal with somebody like that if she's like dirty.
Yeah.
But Terry don't have no good business skills to me. He don't know how to talk to people. He don't know how to talk to people at all. And I'm trying to wait till y'all get there.
No, I was going there. I was going there. You bringing me right to my next line. I was getting ready to go there.
Let's segue.
Yes, bring because
repeat that. We couldn't hear you when you kind of leaned over.
when I moved.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Oh, I said Mooch put the hammer down, and she only could. I said because I was going there about T, because I was going to say, speaking of mistakes, because we saw that Cino's crew came to Detroit looking for Meech.
Yeah.
And they meet up with Terry, and Terry was rude as I don't know what.
Remember, he
was rude.
He was rude to Cena. That's why Cena ain't want to mess with him, even though he spoke Spanish.
Yeah, but you gotta go back though when Loco and his partner or whatever knocked on Charles' door, and Charles opens up the door, and they trying to force their way in, and Charles was like, "Hey, I got some hammer juice for you if you trying to come across this line." And they were like,
"Okay." He had the real hammer though.
Yeah, so. and then yeah, well, I mean, you don't bring a hammer to a gunfight, but at least they respected the fact that he was, protecting his home. And then Charles calls T, and and he gives T the word, and of course he snatches the phone from T to talk to Meech. So I can understand why T was kind of taken back with Loco.
Yeah.
So
because he came to the house.
Yeah. So he was already through with Loco. I gotta understand that. But he didn't know who he was dealing with, because Cena, he's a bad dude because he's operating out of wherever he is, whatever bang he's in.
Yeah, Cena is the one in the bang.
No, I know.
Loco is his.
I know. That's what I'm saying. I don't know who Cena. What I'm saying is, for Cena to have that kind of pull, that's a bad dude. So, while T was sitting there running his mouth, he don't know who he's dealing with. But
you know what that means though? That means Cena was just like a part of the plug. But we see Loco is the connect.
Yeah,
Loco
he's the connect.
Cartel.
But he works for
in the cartel, y'all.
Yeah, he works for Cena. So, but I mean, but remember the gunfight. My boy Cena was sitting there. What we about to say?
Smoking his cigar, chilling. Like
he ain't ducking for no bullets flying around him, and he's just smoking a cigar. Man, I'll be like, bruh.
He was not, that's what I say. But I still feel like there was disrespect with T, because he I would have been pissed too. Somebody kind of my feelings out, but he was just like, I'm the FA. He was so busy trying to. That's what I was saying last week about how T is very heavy-handed, and the difference between he and Meech's style. Because he said, I'm the FA. You want Meech, take A to Atlanta and stuff like that. Like that's what we say. You get more bees with honey, and his whole approach, and even when Loco got to Atlanta, he was looking for Meech. How Meech greeted him. Of course, it was a gunfight. His crew held it down against the Miami Killers. Laid them down and stuff. And so Meech was like, "Oh, you came here to see me." And Loco was like, said you my guy. Said you more reputable. And the translator was like, how much you mean? $250. And they were like, woo. And you see how Meech was like, I don't know how you trying to handle it, T, but me and my boys, we going out to party. We gonna hang out. He loves on his crew and stuff. He shows them love. Like he's, T is he tried to do the same. He said to Meech, when Meech told him, I'm gonna follow your lead this time. Like, okay, you got the connect. So I'm gonna follow your lead. We're gonna do the same thing and stuff. And he told his crew, so he did. But Meech is he's a little more, the gift the gab, laid back,
gift the gab, smooth talking,
finesse. And T is trying to be the he's trying to be a tyrant and stuff. And that doesn't always work. And you see that that meeting with Loco and them didn't go well.
Mhm.
It didn't go well.
Well, you gotta keep in mind too, Cena warned Loco about Terry. He don't like Terry.
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah.
They was like, oh, we know about you. I ain't messing with you anyway. We looking for your brother. That's
Mhm.
all.
Right.
We're not even looking for you.
No, he was not. He was not at all.
And it's funny how the tables kind of turned, because you remember the woman that they was with, T was first working with. She only wanted to work with him
Right.
because she thought Meech was too flashy.
Right.
And now here's the tables turning where people want to work with Meech and not so much him.
Well, they don't
Well,
call
now,
him.
see,
They
go
don't
ahead.
call him Loco for nothing.
Right.
My boy.
But you know, Nita, you're right about that. Because Meech, I mean, that was T's issue with Meech too. He always thought that Meech was too flashy. But Meech always had the gift to gab though.
Right.
And stuff. You know.
That gets you in a lot of doors to get
It does.
It will.
Does. Networking will always
And you
do that.
see his downfall is going to be his thing down there, like his mind, like women. That is his vice. Like that is going to be,
You know,
what ends up taking him down. I bet you.
His
that
downfall is gonna be his mouth. His mouth. He's running his mouth already on the phone. He's starting.
Yeah. Yep.
From the time that they got pow that from Saint, now they got it documented with that cell phone. He stayed yapping on that cell phone. They're gonna have a paper trail. They're gonna be listening in, and he's not gonna have no filter, and they're gonna catch him because he wanna act like he's Big Willie.
Yeah. Well, Meech has a flair for the ladies too, because we see when he went to the palace, we got our introduction to Angel, played by Katie Ann White. And we had the opportunity to talk to her. Yeah, and we see that she's working for Greenie, but clearly she has a special spot with Greenie.
Well, I can say Meech got some great taste. That's all I can say. That's about all I'm gonna say.
Yeah, but you see how he is too about women, because once he saw that man was disrespecting her in the club, he put the pause on her, beat the brakes on her.
Well, you know, women have always been throughout the annals of time. Y'all always been a man's kryptonite. So I don't care how strong. I don't care how super.
I've always said that.
I know. So I see it all the time in these shows. That's what takes them down.
But he's chivalrous. That the way he stood up for her, and I like the way when he took her to dinner, because he realized that he wasn't gonna get any information out of Greenie, because he was trying to get information on Glock. And Greenie wasn't trying to give it up. And he told Duffy, he was like, listen, I'm gonna try to hit up one of the Angel, one of these girls. And Duffy was like, the stripper network? And she was like, no, they know the players. So he gave Lucky the woman the money so that he can hook her up with Angel and arrange to have dinner for her. With her. And when she came, I think you can tell she was expected to be treated like she was, less than and stuff and everything. And but he treated her like a woman. He was very chivalrous with her at dinner, and he told her that she needed to see her own self-worth. So I was like, okay, Meech.
Yeah, but like Adam, he's going to take that bite out of that apple, and we can see it coming, because I don't trust Angela anyways.
Don't trust Angel.
I don't trust Angel.
I don't trust Greenie.
Right.
Oh, I don't trust Greenie.
Greenie was part of that whole setup. The whole setup from the jump, with the guy coming at Angel to see Meech's reaction. They already seen Meech get down in the club with his hands, so he giving out pieces and a biscuit all the time. So so they he know he's filling them out. So they set him up. This was a whole setup, but it went left.
I think Greenie Green was also setting up Angel too, because we noticed when she, after that beatdown, she went straight over to Meech, and he could tell that.
She liked him. She
Well,
gave him the dance. She
but
gave him the dance.
and gave him some information because
and gave him info.
right, and that's where Greenie, right, and that's where Greenie kind of recognized, because they got up and split right after. That was the shortest dance, brother getting a lap dance, and he's gonna cut from that and raise up. No, the only reason he did that because he got what he wanted, and then cut back to Greenie, and Greenie, he kind of picked that up, and that's why I think he began to kind of suspect Angel.
Yeah, he got mad. He was jealous. He was hating and stuff, and yeah, because you could see him side eyeing when she gave him the dance and stuff. So, your thoughts, Nita?
Yeah, I agree with everybody on.
Yeah. Okay, so yeah,
Mooch. I think Mooch got something because I can see.
Go ahead, Mooch. Go ahead. Go ahead, jump in.
I just feel like the setup is on. I don't think Angel was part of the setup. I think she likes Meech. I think this was something that was all Greenie's doing.
That's what I'm saying.
I do too.
Yeah, that's what I said.
He put up the block when Glock's guy came out there that first time in the last episode. I think this was all his doing, and in a way, I want to say I kind of see Stax working with Greenie. Them two in cahoots.
Stax is working with somebody. Stax is working with somebody. For all we know, Stax is working with somebody. He definitely working with an op for sure, because I'm not trusting Stax at all. He, and Greenie is shady. We already can see that the way he was side eyeing Angel, and I do think you're right. Angel likes Meech because she is seeing that he is somebody different. That he's not just trying to he's just trying to hit. He actually was being chivalrous, and
he put to a nice place. They had dinner. She sees him.
Yeah, when she came down,
a man. That's how I see it.
Yeah, right. And she was just like, "So this is all you want? Like, you didn't even get anything," because she was gonna leave, and he was like, "No, like sit down and eat." Like he wanted to enjoy her company and talk to her, and he wanted to, treat her like a lady. So I think she saw like this dude is different. This dude is different. He's not like all the rest of the dudes and stuff. So
But is she through with Greenie? Though? I think
maybe not. It's gonna be a problem. It's
definitely gonna be a problem because
it's gonna be a problem because Greenie gonna have an issue with me.
Oh yeah, his ego's gonna be bruised.
Oh,
yeah, because he said, like, remember at first he told me in the first episode that she was like off limits and stuff. And so when she already went over there and gave the dance and giving him, information and everything, she's gonna be catching feelings. Oh, he gonna feel away, and it's gonna cause problems. Meech has women problems in a different way than T. So they both got women problems, but it's different. It's a little different.
Crypto.
Yeah. So that was cool. I want to pivot to Miss Lucille, because Miss Lucille, Mama Lucille, look like she's trying to get her groove back.
Yes.
Hey.
She's trying to get her groove back. She and her family, old flame, they done moved on to a new church, and then at the church they volunteered, and at the volunteer program she and Nicole, she run into Dr. Montclair. Right? Chocolate Maurice. Way back.
Yeah, that chocolate thunder got her, man. She's done. She's done.
Yeah, because you can tell that, even though she threw with Charles and she's going forward with the divorce, Charles walking around her with no shirt on and stuff like that, still her husband. He got a nice physique. She still got needs, but she's, she still put Charles up in Terry's room and everything. So now she see Dr. Montclair, and after she been trying to keep Nikki away, because Breeze goes to the same church, and she notices that Nikki is, noticing guys and then noticing her, and she's trying to talk to Nikki about being careful around the guys and stuff, because she want to keep Nikki from getting pregnant, and she even refusing to let Nikki wear tampons and stuff.
That was a mess. Okay.
Yeah, but that's
I'm
how
sorry.
they be back in the day.
Yeah,
I know.
To be back in the day, you ain't doing nothing. Nothing ain't going up to you.
exactly. They did used to be like that back in the day. So
Crazy.
but while she was preaching to Nikki,
Nikki pulled her
that's
tongue.
when Dr. Feelgood came over there. He came over there and stuff, and then she was all giddy and stuff.
Mhm.
She
But
was all
Nikki-
giddy, and Nikki peeped
She
it.
peeped.
So
She
later
peeped all that. She peeped all.
Yeah, so later on when she caught herself trying to get Nikki to talk, she was just like, "You giving me to talk, but you don't want over here,
Mhm.
cheesing and everything."
And as much as I like Lucille, but two left turns don't make a right. So I'm trying to understand what you're gonna do now. Yeah, if you, but then again, I digress.
Listen, you said listen to men. Listen to men.
No,
I'm
no,
listening
no.
too.
Hey,
He already broke the contract.
I'm just saying. Well,
He already filed the papers too, because T already said when
She
he had
filed-
the conversation with Charles, he was like, I didn't think she was gonna go through with it.
but you got your little girl there. You're trying to show her what's right and what's
Right.
all that other jazz, and she's
Right.
peeping you. So like I say, two left ain't gonna make a right. So
No, you're right. She's still a married woman.
She's still a married woman. So hey,
So
so
let's
what are we teaching our young daughter? So that's the issue.
And men too. It's vice versa.
Oh, agree.
Neither one of them.
As I said, I don't give Charles no cut card. Charles was wrong from get. So he doesn't get a cut card from me. No. And in fact, everything that happens to him, he deserves it. So
I want to say one thing. I didn't mean to cut you off, but even the example that Terry is setting for young Nikki as well, like
the absolutely.
way he's doing his family, like everybody wrong. I'm like, oh my goodness.
Absolutely.
If you want to bring it out like that, Meech already got 2 baby BMs. He already got 2 baby mothers. So all over. He's saying it all over. I just want to know if Lucille gonna spin the block.
Yeah, she's going
down with the doctor.
Yeah, she.
Oh, I think so.
You saw how giddy she was. She was
fantasizing.
Oh, she was.
She
wasn't fantasizing. She was making movies. She was making sex tapes. That wasn't fantasizing. She was making sex tapes up here in her head.
I know she had. She was having all this stuff. She reminiscing.
That's right.
Yeah, definitely sort of butterflies.
Yeah. So
in with that lotion.
Yeah.
See, when the ring came off and he came in there with that pillow, she was all the time of day. She like, oh yeah, good night. I'm thinking.
Yes. He disturbed the groove, didn't he? Because she was all in her head with that fantasy and stuff, and I think he thought,
it was for him.
He was going to catch her, and they were going to have a moment. And when he showed up, that broke her out of that. Yeah, he just interrupted the whole flow. So so that lets me know that's foreshadowing. She and Dr. Montclair is going down this season.
Good catch. Tall, dark, handsome, and employed.
Listen, and you heard what he said. You heard what Dr. Feelgood said. He was like, I've been after you. You left me for Charles. Charles stole you away from me. Charles didn't even want to make repairs to the home, and he making repairs at Mabel's house. She working at Wendy's and stuff. And Charles, listen, and I don't want to say nothing that about the fact that he is a hardworking man. He is a hardworking man and everything. So I don't want to belittle him in that way, because one of the things that when I went to the screening of BMF, Russell Hornsby said that he wanted to make sure that he portrayed the brothers back there about the blue collar workers, and that they were working and trying to take care of their family. So he was trying to do that for his family. He was struggling, but I'm like, this is some BS that she working at Wendy's, like she was working with you and holding you down, and then you cheat on her, and then you see your ex who Ben had a thing for you, and now he a doctor.
Looking mighty good.
Yeah, things that make you go,
I got nothing to say.
Oh, you know you want to say something wrong. You know you want to say something.
I'm done with that. I'm done.
Yeah, so we gotta watch out for Lucille this season, because I think it's going down.
She wait,
but
to dry on that.
And little Nikki too. We gotta keep our good eye on.
Oh, we gotta keep we gotta keep an eye on Nikki too, because she and old boy are flirting big time.
Yeah.
When he said, "Oh, you don't like me watching you," and she was like, "Oh, I like it." Like she's good with it. So we're gonna have to watch Nikki too. You know, for sure. She and Mama might be getting their groove.
Man, they should have played that song. They should have played Sly and the Family Stone. It's a family affair, because that's all it is. It's a family affair up in there. Everybody doing everything.
And then speaking of getting groove back, when Terry was out with LaWanda with his team, he was all kissy poo with her and stuff. Like Markeisha ain't never happened. They were like a family again, and I was like,
that's fine.
He's really on my hands list. He is really on my hands list.
That's like his soft place to land. That's gonna be.
That's all he wants. That's all he wants.
Yeah. It's familiar. And I'm saying that he don't care about her and his kids and stuff, because I do think he does. But I mean, she also made it safe, as we discussed earlier.
Yeah.
But we see, like in the final scene with Meech and Loco, when they come back from partying, they are lit. But they bond. They bond over their humble beginnings. And Loco talks about how he came from Cuba and stuff, and Meech talks about how he and Terry didn't have much and had to put cardboard in their shoes and stuff. And you can see, I was like, this is gonna be the beginning of a good partnership. I mean, you know,
I saw that too.
Yeah, I was like, oh, they're gonna be like, let's get it. Like, we understand each other. Like, we come from nothing, and we about the American dream for us. You know, and so I thought that was a good way to end the episode, because we see it's going to probably only go up here financially. I mean, for them, because
let's see what Terry has up his sleeve, because I think once he finds out that those two have bonded, that's going to be a sore spot for Terry, and Terry has a way of making things worse. So I can't wait to see what he does with that.
Terry had to fall in line.
Keep it separate, because he don't know his brother track record. They don't mess with him. They not gonna mess with him like Cena didn't mess with him. Meech
gonna break him off, and he's gonna have to follow his lead as far as getting to work, because as we saw, here's the problem that's gonna happen for T. Once Meech got the connect with Loco and Sino and them, he doubled back with Henry and reneged on the deal. So now she's pissed. So that's gonna be a problem. Now that's gonna be a problem, and she's gonna be T is gonna be on her radar now, because she had said in the beginning, I heard about BMF, and she talked to him like she had respect for him. Now that he done backed out of the deal, they're gonna have problems from here on out.
Hey, Terry is a horrible businessman. Now you got beef with I thought her name was Royal Oak, because that's what they was calling her.
They might have, but her name is Henrietta, and she goes by Henry.
Right.
Yeah, they got beef now. They're gonna have beef. It's gonna be bad blood, because now you done reneged on this, and they're gonna be making money. Now you throwing Brian into the mix. This is not going to end well for him. He got too much coming at him, and he don't know how to deal with stuff, Terry.
Right.
Yeah, and you saw how she dealt with Peaches later, when she realized, like, I got another connect. She hit it and then took her out. So we see that Henry is no nonsense.
Black photo?
Figure.
You don't think Terry was mad disrespectful? Like, yeah, I'm gonna be your doing all of that.
Yeah, he was. Terry been disrespectful. Terry been disrespectful. The way he talked to her, the way he talked to Loco and stuff. Like Terry's energy, it's not. Like I said, you get more bees with honey, and that's why Meech is winning. That's why Meech is winning. Right now, because his approach, he tries to be a diplomat first. And then if you come wrong, then he's gonna lay the paws on you and stuff.
Yeah, he will.
But he'll stand on business if he needs to, but his approach is diplomatic first.
Right.
And stuff. Whereas T comes in, he comes out the gate. He's the what's that the saying, the bull in China?
Mm-hmm.
China closet.
China shop.
That's T's way.
Yeah, well,
he feels very ego driven. Like, I don't know. I don't know if it's like he's in competition with Meech, and he's like, you know what I'm saying. But if he's
in his head,
smart about it,
right?
Yeah, if he would be smart about it, he would go about it and learn from his brother. Just take a little bit of humble pie. You're in charge. But so I don't understand what is all the egotistical
sibling rivalry.
Always feel like you gotta do better than his brother, one up his brother, and he keeps doing this. And every time he try to one up him, he messes things up. He makes things worse.
That's nothing but sibling rivalry. It happens all the time, and unfortunately, they're not in the field where they can make too many mistakes.
Exactly.
So that's their problem.
Yeah, I'm so surprised to see that they had such different opinions. I thought that they were like a united front, but it feels like they're very, very separate. Like, I don't really know the story of BMF, so I'm just watching it as just as the show unfolds. But it's like they're like this.
Well, once T came into the idea of joining Meech in that sense, because T at one point didn't really care too much for what Meech was doing, but I think once he got in, it's just sibling rivalry. I'm going to do better than you. I think I can run this better than you can. And Meech, he's kind of laid back, but he's not going to take any mess. So, and that's where I think the split was the worst thing that could happen to them. Really, I mean, when you look at it from a long end, it was the worst thing that could happen. I mean, the idea of it made perfect sense. If you're in union with one another. But, the fact that Terry thinks the way he does and Meech the way he thinks, that split is just a fait accompli.
Yeah, I think because, Meech wants to expand. So I understand the idea of him going down there and then starting building the empire, expanding the empire and stuff. T just wants to run the business his own way, and that's where the conflict is. And they have different approaches. I mean, like he feels Meech is flashy. Terry is too abrasive, and yeah.
We gotta wrap this up, folks.
Yeah. I think that we have covered most of the things in this recap, unless there are any things that you guys think we missed. Anything you guys want to throw out?
You put your hand up. I thought I saw you put your hand up.
I was going to say something, but I lost my train of thought. Train of thought. It was pertaining to with this whole thing with Meech and the relationship. I feel like also once Markeisha got in the mix, she messed with his head too, where he feel like he got a top not only Meech but her man. So he feel not only he feel like he in competition with Meech, he in competition with Boom. That's why he feel like that's why he's, to me, he's like pounding his chest and he want to act like he in charge, but he messing things up. He's all he don't know how to talk to people. It's just crazy.
But you know what? I always forget that soldier's name, the one that helped put Saint down last week.
Girl.
What was his name?
Sterl's guy, his name is
Sterling.
Cut. Yeah, but Sterl's guy, the guy that took him out, is Cuts. That's his name.
But I'm like Meech's man. One of the things that he said last week is that T is obsessed with his reputation. And you know, when people are obsessed with their reputation, a lot of times they're insecure. So and people that are insecure, they overcompensate. And that's where I think that that abrasiveness and trying to prove that he's hard and this, that, and the other, and how he comes off is overcompensating. So that's part of it too.
Do you think it was necessary for him to close the record shop and open this restaurant right now? Everything is so hot right now.
I said that last week. I said that's going to be a conflict between he and Meech too, because Meech and his father have the connection to music. Right. And so Meech is going to take that personally, that he closed that record shop. He could have moved on without closing the record shop.
Well, he said it's a new day, and he's running things in Detroit. So he said there has to be a change. But that goes back to what we were saying in the beginning. Markeisha put all this, man up thing in his head that, you need to be the boss, you need to do this, you need to do that. And it's just flipped Terry altogether. She
has him open.
Wide open.
Put a number on him.
I wanted to ask you guys, is there anyone else on y'all who can get the hands list?
Greenie.
Yes, Greenie.
Okay.
Yeah, I can go with that. How about Stax? Stax can get the hands.
You can put him on the permanent hands list.
It's still, the verdict ain't out with him. I still don't trust him.
I got to seat one for Stax too, then. So I can give him an honorable mention then.
He's on my permanent hands list, but I'm also going to give Detective Brian's wife the hands.
Oh yeah,
for coming up.
Brian needs the hands too.
Brian is on the permanent hands list. There's nothing Brian can do to get off that list.
Well,
they both failed this kid. They both failed Kevin.
Yeah,
they did. Well, how about
MVP?
The game ball. That's what we do for MVP.
I say Meech, yo.
Yeah, I say Meech too.
For sure. I love, it's almost like he does not take no for an answer. He finds a different way he was like, if I got to massage it and go this way, I got to do this, I got to do that. Like, I love just the cunningness in his mind. I love the way his mind works.
Any predictions for next week before we close out?
I don't know. I see Meech and Terry get into a big argument because he's going to mess something up, and then he's going to get word back that girl is on a rampage, and that's going to be all his fault. I'm surprised that Loco ain't tell Meech how bad he was talking to him. If it wasn't for that language barrier, Meech would know even more. That's my opinion.
I see Greenie Green and Meech coming ahead, so gonna be some trouble there. And, yeah, I can see that coming for sure.
You're right. Mm-hmm.
I can see some kind of something going on with Lucille and the doctor.
I think so too.
Something happening, not all the way, not
right
that, but
right. It just could be some cutesy stuff, some building. Some flirtation. That's I can see that. I can see that. Huh? Are they going to lunch?
Or are they going to be the lunch? That's the question.
That remains to be seen. I think it's probably going to build up to that for sure. It's definitely going to build up to that.
Yeah, I don't think it's going to happen this fast though, but I do.
No, I think right. I don't think it's going to happen this fast either. There's going to be a build up. But
hey, look.
I saw the preview, so looks like next week we'll get the introduction to Glock. So we're gonna see what Glock is about too, and see how that goes. Because from the first episode, Meech was trying to meet Glock, and he was trying to come on some peace stuff, because they got the issue with Remy. The Miami Killers don't like Remy and Techwood either. So I think Meech was thinking, enemy of my enemy is my friend. But you see, when he went to go meet Glock, he was turned away. But we're gonna see what happens when he meets Glock next week.
Mm-hmm.
Well, anyway, I think this has been a good discussion. I'm happy Anita, the diva, and Moochie joined us for our discussion. Both of them are content creators. We're gonna leave their information in the box so you guys can follow them, their channels, and like and subscribe their content and tune in too. So thank you for joining us tonight, and also please tune in to our playlist. We have interviews with some of the BMF cast and several other interviews. We got some special surprises coming up along the way with more cast members, and there'll possibly be a roundtable too. So if you want to join us for one of those roundtables, make sure that you stay locked in, subscribe to the channel, look for the notification bell, follow our social media channels. We're on IG, Facebook, X, TikTok. And just let us know if you'd like to join us for a recap, roundtable, whatever. Guest host, we're here. I'm going to close this out. Thank you, both Nita and Moochie, for joining us. This has been fun. So, good night.
Good night, everybody.
Good night.
Yeah. You want it, gotta work for that bag, go get it one day, you can brag. You want it, gotta work for that bag, go get it one day, you can brag. I say that I have it, you know that I got it, no need to look all in the bag. Stunting like this cause I work so hard, I'm the best, I only speak facts. In the store, I'm popping them tags, a limited seller with stag. Clout chasing for the cash grab, I don't really want it that bad. If I say that I have it, you know that I got it, no need to look all in the bag. Stunting like this cause I work